Hey, it's your girl Jennifer back with another Monday Musing. So, I really need to get your input on this one. I always like to have your input, but I really want you to pay particular attention. I really want your thoughts. So be sure to drop them down in the comments. Okay, so I want to know your thoughts about keeping the same energy. Let me explain. So, how do I put this? Okay, so let's say you worked a job, right? And you had co-workers on your job, some whom you enjoyed spending time with at work and outside of work, and had camaraderie and kindred spirits, and were like-minded and all of those good things. Got your work done, could count on each other, reliable, dependable. And then there were the others who you tolerated while you were at work and had no outside dealings with. They were not invited to any of your personal endeavors. You did not have lunch with them. You did not engage with them unless you had to. And then you kept it, polished, right? Because you're a professional after all. Let's say you move on, you leave that job, and you run into one of the colleagues that you don't or did not fool with. Do you smile and act like ain't nothing wrong? Like, hey, how you doing? How you been? Everything is good? How's the job? Blah, blah, blah. All of that. Do you act like you don't see them and become particularly engrossed with your cell phone or in a conversation that you're having or whatever you're looking at on the shelf or what have you? Or C, do you call a spade and say, when approached, only when and if approached, you know what? We don't even get down like that. I'm not a phony person, so I'm not going to pretend that we get down like that. I really don't have anything to say, and keep it moving. A, B, or C? Drop it in the comments below. Let me just say that when I started this channel, I did so as a challenge to myself, as a personal challenge, and as a way to share my thoughts and experiences with other people who may benefit from it, and ultimately to form a community of individuals who perhaps have had similar experiences and could add all of our, thoughts, counsel, advice, wisdom, lessons learned in one common area that we could all kind of glean from it. I am in no way, shape, or form an expert in all things. I never claim to be. I don't profess to be. I am very good at what I do. I am certified in what I do. And I have years of experience in what I do. But not all situations are the same. Not all experiences lend themselves to the same responses and actions and strategies. And I never say that they do. So I say all that to say, the simplified short version is I'm a work in progress. I'm still a work in progress. As long as I'm here on this earth, I will be a work in progress. That means God is not through with me yet, because when He is, and when my purpose has been fulfilled, I won't be here anymore. So by virtue of the fact that I still exist means that God has a plan for me. And that everything that happens for a reason and ultimately works together for my good. Having said that, I am one who, as I've gotten older, I've always been, a forthright person. Someone who says what I mean and mean what I say. And as a young person, I often was penalized for that because I needed to be more sugary. I needed to be sweeter. You get more bees with honey. But as I've gotten older, I have really leaned into who I am. And that is a strength that I can tell you the truth flat-footed. And I can also tell you in that same vein to keep the same energy. If you vilified me and you ostracized me and you defamed me and you tried to intimidate me and all of the above, I ain't mad at you. In all actuality, let me let you in a secret. If you're not one of my family, and even some of y'all, I'm gonna keep it 100. I write people off. So if you have done that, you don't really matter to me. If you're not one of the people that matter to me from the beginning, if you haven't been a supporter or a friend or an advocate or an ally or any of those, an encourager, if you've always been mean and nasty and hateful and envious and vindictive, I ain't never got energy for you while I have to deal with you or when I get done. So therefore, you mean nothing to me. It's easy for me to write you off because you never mattered to begin with, unless you had to matter, unless I had to deal with you and I had to tolerate you and I had to coexist with you, then I did. But when I don't, I don't. And when I don't have a problem telling you to keep the same energy. Don't approach me like we're brand new because our circumstances, the situation and environment has changed. We haven't changed. The things that exist between us, they don't change. The fact that you don't mean anything has not changed. Keep the same energy. So I'm just curious if there's other people out here who feel the same way, who, like me, will speak on it, or if you feel the same way and you find other ways to deal with it, or, I've gotten out of the habit because of living in a fishbowl and because of my public life of trying to make other people feel good at my expense. Point blank, period. If you don't like me, let's keep it that way. Let's agree that we can coexist, not care for one another. Well, it's not that I don't care for you, but I don't nothing you. I nothing you. So let's agree that I nothing you and you don't care for me. And despite the seasons or the year or the time or the circumstances or the environment or the climate, let's just agree that we can be consistent. Let's agree to keep the same energy. Have a great week.